Hi there. Here we are with the second of the binary exercises. Chose one that's a little bit more difficult just so that you can get a good look at it. An important note, notice in row 5 how there's a bit value. So in E5 it says the value of the leftmost position is 8, D5 128, C5 is 2048. Well, it's not quite true in B5. In B5, it's the second position because the first one is the sign. So the leftmost position is the sign, so there's no point in even doing it. It doesn't play into it at all. But the second bit position is worth 16,384. Not that I think you had to use it in these exercises. So let's do exercise number 2. Okay, if I look at these, and I'm going to start from right to left. Obviously the first one is worth 1. Okay, then I have a 2, which is 0, and then I have a 4, 8, 16, 13, 64, 128. And so it says I came up with 133 and that it's correct. Well, you might find it interesting when you download this to figure out how in the world we got this Excel to work this way, but I'll leave that to you to research. Okay, looking at the next one, oh, she is so mean. Look at that. She used the lowest one. So I've got a 1, a 16, and what's 128 times 2? 256. Yes. So that's how you would work the set of 3 ABC 1, 2, 3, whatever they're called. Let's take a look at one from the next set. We have to find the equivalent positive binary number for each one, so we have to flip the bits and add 1. So let's go over to exercise number 2. This one, Excel doesn't lend itself to do it quite the way it would be if you did it by hand. If I were doing it by hand, I would work from right to left, but Excel doesn't work that way, so you just kind of have to do it in your head. So obviously the first 4 ones are going to become 0, 0, 0, 0, and the next 4 are going to become 0, 0, 0, 0, and then in D10 it's going to be 0, 1, 0, 0. And finally, the last one is going to be 1, 1, 1, 0. If you got it right, it will come up with the OK prompt to let you know. Now, adding 1 to this one is easy. There's no carrying. So the last one is going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. And because zeros are zeros, I don't actually have to fill them in, but because you will for your final exam, please do fill them in. I wonder, oh yeah, this one looks like maybe we'd have to 0 carry 1 a lot. And we do. So you might find it easier to print these off and actually work them by hand. But in this case, mentally, you're going to go 1 and 1 is 0, carry 1, 1 and 1 is 0, carry 1, 1 and 1 is 0, carry 1, 1 and 1 is 0, and then the next carry 1 goes back into D18. So, and again, we would fill out the zeros. So, you can't perfectly mimic the way you would do it by hand in Excel, but at least you can do it and it gives you feedback whether you got it right or wrong. The last one is the most difficult. You have to use all of your skills. You have to flip the bits and add 1 and then translate it to base 10. And remember to put the negative sign on the final answer. So let's do the first, problem number 2. And I did flip the bits okay. This one is not difficult to add up. So I got it right. Coming over here, Be sure to show your work. If we ask you to do one of these for pop quiz, we want to see what the values were to see if you put down 126 instead of 128, for instance. If we can see what you did, then it's okay, or we can fix it. So we've got the second bit in D15 turned on, so that means it would be a half of 128, which is 64. And then we have the 8, 4, 2, and 1 bits turned on, so it's 79. I come over to F17 and put in the answer of negative 79. It gives me feedback that it's okay. So good luck with these. We do have tracking turned on to see if you've actually gone in and done the exercises. Repeat them many times if you have the time, because you will gain skills. See you later.